Hello, everyone. This is Jarrod Alberich, the yard sale artist, coming at you. We're going to do some book page sketches today. Well, actually, we're going to do one book page sketch today. I'm going to be drawing. Let me grab my book. We're going to be drawing Hannibal Lectre on a page from the novel Hannibal by Thomas Harris. Now, this was a busted book that I found, I think at the library or maybe one of those free bins out in front of 2nd and Charles, because it was missing a few pages, and that's what I'm always on the lookout for. So that's the book we're going to be taking a page from today, and I'm going to be drawing a Hannibal Lectre on the page. You can see I have an outline sketch already. And we're going to be listening to the smooth sounds of Joe November, as usual, as I draw. Please sound off in the chat if there's any problem with the volume levels, if I'm too low or too high, or if Joe's too low or too high. I think I've got it set about right. But I just want everybody to have a good time. What up, Courtney? If you would do me a favor and do the usual and check my volume levels, I'd really appreciate it. We're going to get started here. Just one second. You know what, Courtney? I'm going to be right back real quick. I'm going to grab a couple of utensils, and then I'm going to be drawing some Hannibal Lectre on a page from Hannibal. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. It's red hot, better let it flow. Good times, hit them off in a row. Wake up in the morning. I don't need a thing, 'cause I got you. Wake up from my snoring. I don't need a thing, 'cause I got you. Good times, hit them off in a row. Everybody clap it off. All right, I'm back. Welcome, everybody. Oh, thanks for the volume check, Courtney. I can always count on you. And we're going to get started. Whoever's in the chat, welcome. Say hey in the chat if you wouldn't mind. I'd love to hear from you. Ask questions if you need to. I'll try to keep you involved in everything I'm doing as far as the process goes. And Courtney, a longtime viewer, did you notice that I have zoomed in a little closer to the art? I'm not as zoomed out as I used to be. I'll take your thoughts on that. But let's get some line work done. I'm going to start with my favorite, the Micron 8, the 08 pen from Figma. We're going to put some baseline work down. Kicking off this Monday with some good tunes and some good times. Joe November, check out his SoundCloud. Just go to SoundCloud and search Joe November. You can listen to all of Joe's amazing beats for free. Joe and I have been friends a long time, and I'm very happy to support him by having him be the background music on my live streams. How's everybody doing out there today? I'm glad you're digging it, Courtney. I have to get used to, I've used to be able to move the paper anywhere where I want, but I got to get used to the idea of having a home base, maybe between these two orange stains right here. It's the best place for them. Courtney, I saw you over on John Beatty's live stream this morning. You're just a very supportive kind of gal, and we appreciate it. I was just in the chat. I'm going to have a little bit of fun with Hannibal Lectre today. I'm going to do some more blocky kind of detail work. Almost give it an almost woodcut look. Yes, indeed. Welcome to everybody. Welcome if you're just coming in just now. Happy to see you. Doing a little book page sketch action. Going to be doing a sketch of Hannibal Lectre on a page from the book Hannibal. Welcome. Any questions anybody has? We just want to have a little fun together here. on this midday of Monday. Maybe you're with me on your lunch break. Maybe you're hanging out with me just because you're loyal like Courtney. Either way, it's nice to see you. Getting some baseline work done with this Micron pen. Yeah, Courtney, I was over on the John Beatty live stream earlier. I saw you there, and John was doing a really good Silver Surfer layout. I think it's going to come out really well.
That's what I should have said.
Oh, Courtney, you say you have some trouble with your Twitter account and you can't remember your password? Well, they could probably help you if you go in there and click the can't remember password thing, and then they'll probably email you a reset. Hope you get it all worked out. And if you're watching right now, like Courtney is, sound off in the chat. Let me know how you're watching. Are you on Periscope via Twitter? Are you watching on the YouTube? Stop by and say hey. Trust me, this will look like Hannibal Lectre when we're done. At least that's the goal.
The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
A certain percentage of folks that get art from me that like the more horror-themed art. And Hannibal Lectre on the book page has been popular. And I haven't done one in a while, so thought I'd get back in the swing of things with a little Hannibal Lectre action.
Time for you to defeat Ganon. Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
The thing about Hannibal Lectre is you gotta get crazy eyes, but you also have to do it with very little detail in a book page sketch. Book page sketches detail is almost wasted because the letters will cover it up. So you need to boil it down to basics, but still convey the message. That's the challenge of the book page sketch. That's the kind of thing your friendly neighborhood yard sale artist is usually up to.
I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume temporary.
Yeah, I agree, Courtney. I saw where John said he would be back on tonight. I like his grid page stuff as well. I was talking to him about his grid pages recently on a stream I was doing with him, and I don't know, maybe I should look into doing some grid page roughs and then transferring them. For a lot of these book page sketches, that's kind of what I do. I have roughs already, and then I just transfer them, my roughs, onto via Lightbox onto the page like you see here. But yeah, that's a good technique. It really helps him get his drawing balanced just the way he likes it.
ready to roll. Let's go, little guy. Ah!
Urbosa's fury is ready. Our moment has arrived. Ah!
Mika's grace is ready. We will not fail.
Ha!
Rivali's gale is now ready. Brace yourself, Gannon.
So you're finally awake. It has been quite a long time.
The sword that
So is the book like the movie or different? Asks Courtney. It's been a long time since I've read this book, Courtney. But I remember I remember the movie pretty well. And I want to say that they are very similar. If you kind of remember the main quote unquote villain, I mean, I guess Hannibal Lecter is kind of the main villain in these stories, but he's always up against somebody that you like less than Hannibal Lecter. If you remember that guy from the movie, the biggest difference I remember in the book is that guy had like this sister. And I don't think she's in the movie at all. I think they cut her character from the movie at all. His sister was like just as nutty as he was. And I don't think she made it into the movie. I think she's a book character only. That's the biggest difference that just comes to me off the top of my head. Hello and welcome to those of you who just joined us. Sound off in the chat and let me know if you're watching via YouTube or Twitter. Just say hey. Let's wrap a little bit on this Monday lunch break. This will be a pretty quick one. I think I'll be done with this one probably within the next 15 minutes or so. I don't do as much color work. When I do the Lectre ones, I kind of let them be black and white, and then occasionally, and I might do it today, I'll do a black jumpsuit, or an orange on his jumpsuit, because he was in the insane asylum with the bright orange shirt on. So I might sometimes do the collars and just orange and let everything else be black and white. I'm kind of feeling that today. So what you got cooking today, Courtney? You got any big plans? Anything you need to accomplish today? The Super Bowl. I didn't watch a ton of the Super Bowl last night there, Courtney, but I watched probably the last 10 minutes or so, which was fairly exciting because when I tuned in, the Chiefs were behind, and I was able to watch them kind of very much surge and score a touchdown, and then I think they forced it over on downs and then scored another touchdown, and it was like, whoa, it was a lot of points scored in a little bit of time. It was kind of funny because when I finally did sit down to watch it, my wife was like, well, 49ers are winning. I think there's like 6 minutes left in the game or something like that. Looks like they're going to win. And I was like, well, 6 minutes is a long time in football. I wouldn't count them out just yet. And lo and behold, my prediction was correct. 6 minutes was a lot of time, and it certainly paid off. Oh, the camera's being out of focusy again, isn't it? I hate how it does this. I'm gonna pull from the stream for just a second to get the camera rebooted. I know I'm audio only right now, just working the camera did that thing. I might have to order a new camera because it just stops wanting to autofocus after a minute. Just bear with me. Also, hey to y'all. Oh, goodness. Come on, StreamYard. Well, we'll just enjoy the tunes of Joe November right now as I reseat this camera. Ooh, it's frustrating. There we go. Got it back. And I found an easier way to reboot it too, so that's good. All right, so let's add some blacks. I think this marker's about dead. I think I grabbed a bad marker. You know, with this much black, I can jump right to the Sharpie king size. You're going to put down a lot of blacks. It's not a bad way to go. I'll have to look at some different camera options, like you were saying, Courtney. Maybe find something that works a little better for what I'm doing here. Because I notice every once in a while it does a good job at the autofocus when I move my hand in and out, make sure everything stays sharp. Every once in a while, though, it just quits. It's like, man, I'm not going to autofocus today. You know what? I'm done putting a bunch of stains on my table. I need to clean my table. Put a backer on this one. Yeah, that's right. Sharpie is in the house, Courtney. You know, book page sketches are just little quick ones. Like I said, they usually do them in about 30 minutes or so. And that's why I don't charge much for the book page sketches. I think it's nice that there's you can come to the con, you can see me at the convention, and if you like my stuff, you like my style, you can get an original piece of art that's very unique, like these book page sketches, at a very affordable price. And so that's why every day I like to do 1 to 2 book page sketches every day. Just build up the inventory, and some of them sell right here on the live stream, and some of them just go into the inventory box for when I go to conventions. And it's nice to have that. I like to keep the clients and customers happy. This is probably my favorite part of doing art, is when you start filling in the blacks, you just start seeing. That's for me when I really start seeing the picture come together. Move to a smaller marker just because I got to go in and around some shapes that I put in for a little light detail work. And then once I get out of those tight spaces, I'll go back to the Sharpie king size. Some of these little hairs that come down onto his forehead. Errant pencil mark there that I got. That's the plan, Courtney. Get that word of mouth out there. I always have such good times at the convention, so convention scene's been really good to me. I gotta thank John Beatty for that one. So definitely, if you're listening or watching this on a replay, not only do I encourage you to like this video here on YouTube and subscribe to the Longbox Crusade channel, where we're always up to something fun, I encourage you to head over to the John Beatty Art channel. That's John, John, Beatty is Beatty, and then add the word art, John Beatty Art, and give him a subscription. He's been a good friend to me and helps me on the convention scene, and just can't imagine doing this stuff without John. It's starting to come together. And I'll use the Sharpie too to bold some of the, well, bolder lines. The one area that I can't mess up is the eyes. Sometimes the very first thing I'll do on any drawing is the eyes, because I know if I screw that up, it's time to start the whole drawing over again. I didn't start there this time, so I guess I'm feeling confident today. Ooh, that eye came out pretty good. I'm happy with that one. There we go. A couple crazy looking eyes. Good. So what about you, Courtney? Did you check out that Super Bowl last night? Bringing in the king size Sharpie again to do a larger area. A lot of times my friends and relatives will ask me for Christmas gift ideas for me, and I'm always like, give me a bunch of these Sharpies. I'll go through them. I will use them. Did the team that you were rooting for win last night, Courtney? Were you rooting for the Chiefs or 49ers, or were you like me and you weren't really rooting for anybody, just kind of watching to see what happened? You know what I'm thinking on this piece, Courtney, that I've never done before on a book page sketch is I've never done splatter on a book page sketch. So I'm wondering if some red splatter, for Hannibal Lectre would be like popping or not. I'll have to give that some thought. Hello and welcome to people just coming in. I'm Jarrod Alberich, the yard sale artist, doing my yard sale thing. I got a busted copy of Hannibal that was destined for a landfill because it was missing some pages. And I said, well, I'll draw some Hannibal Lectre on some pages from Hannibal. So if you're a fan of upcycled art or Hannibal Lecter or Anthony Hopkins or just, Jarrod Alberich, the yard sale artist, then you're in the right place. I'm thinking about that red splatter, Courtney. I'm feeling it today. I might mix up a batch of that before we go. Courtney says the halftime show was not fire, as in that's the opposite of hot fire, I take it. I didn't see the halftime show. Of course, I saw people chattering about it on Twitter. Some people thought it was, I guess, inappropriate, and some people thought it was just fine, and that's the world. Everybody's got their opinions and their takes, and that's fine. The older I get, the more I realize that opinions are just like everything else in a supply and demand market. The more you offer yours, the less it's worth. So I don't weigh in on my opinions unless someone specifically asks me. And you want another good tip for life? Treat everything, when you do give your opinions, treat every topic like it's someone's favorite topic. And by that, I mean, you don't have to be mean about things. You don't have to like everything, but you don't have to be mean about anything. You can couch your phrases in such a way that you can get your point across without breaking anybody else down. And I think that's important. I think that's a big piece that's missing from society today. Everybody feels like they have to win an argument or get in their snaps, or stuff like that. It's like, you don't really have to. You can discuss things. This has been deep political thoughts with Jarrod. Well, it's not political. It's human behavior. Fascinates me. Of course, I wasn't always this way. I used to be very opinionated when I was in my 20s, even into my 30s. Yeah, it's just something you got to grow out of. My favorite halftime show of all time is going to still be Prince. Well, I guess I can't say that because I didn't watch last night's halftime show. Couldn't tell you. All I know is it had Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. That's all I know. I'm certain I could probably go find it on social media today. Courtney says Shakira did an amazing job, and J-Lo and the pole could have stayed at home. So you could have done it without the J-Lo pole dancing. Hey, Courtney. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to pass judgment, but hey, your opinions are your opinions, and that's what makes the world go round. So Courtney says no to the pole dancing. And that's quite all right. I'd like to welcome anybody who's stopping by. I'm Jarrod Alberich, the art sale artist, doing a book page sketch on a page from Hannibal. I'm drawing Hannibal Lectre on a page from Hannibal. I think that's quite clever, but I'm biased. And of course, we're listening to the smooth sounds of Joe November. Check out his SoundCloud. Just go to SoundCloud and search Joe November. Spelled just like Joe and just like the month of November. He's got some great jams on there. Real smooth. I love to draw to it. Love supporting Joe. He and I have been friends forever. Okay, looks like all of our basic line work is done. I see a few things I want to firm up, smooth out a little bit. And then Courtney, I think you've convinced me, my friend. I think we're going to throw red splatter on this Hannibal Lectre piece. So get fired up for that. First, I always like to add the hint, just the hit of the orange on his jumpsuit. So I'm going to go into I've got a little box of Sharpies, and there's some orange and some other oranges. I'm going to use Bic orange today. I like to Bics. They're not bad. They're a lot like Sharpies. I like Sharpies a little better. I don't know why. Maybe it's mental, or it seems like Sharpies maybe last just a little bit longer, but I tend to want to use up my Bics first. I don't know. It's probably just in my head. Personal bias. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. As you can see, it's going to put down a nice dark orange for his little inmate prison jumpsuit. Of course, this is the scene where he's strapped to the gurney in Silence of the Lambs. And let's see here. I'm going to switch tracks on you. I'm always nervous when Joe collaborates with other rappers because I never know what they're going to rap about on the song, and I don't want it to be inappropriate on the channel. So I try to stick to Joe's instrumental beats. So there's your orange highlight. And now, Courtney, I think it might be time for us to think about a little bit of splatter. I'm going to put down a couple more cardboard pieces. I'm going to move some things around. We're going to do splatter work. I mean, you can't help but get it everywhere, but I can minimize it. And I I see it right over there. Let's see if my cord will stretch. Yeah, my cord will stretch far enough for me to get I've got, let's see, which kind of red do I want to use? Let's see. I don't want magenta. I think we'll go with a crimson red. I'm going to use Dr. Martin's Bombay India ink. I'm going to use crimson red. And the noise you hear is me shuffling around looking for my toothbrush that I use to do splatter with. Usually in my box of India ink stuff. If not, this brush here splatters pretty well too. I may end up using that. I might not have a choice. I don't see it here. It could be on my plate of goodie. I'm going to go check the other room real quick to see if it's on my plate of goodies, if I got my toothbrush in there. And if not, then I'll be right back and I'll splatter using this one. Give me 2 seconds. Uh-huh. It was indeed on my plate of goodies. There's my splatter toothbrush. I don't think I'll use that guy today. I think I'll use the toothbrush. Mix up I'm using Crimson. I use the heck out of these little cups that come with like medicine bottles. I got 2 kids, so throughout the course of the year, you'll end up using NyQuil or kids Tylenol or something like that. And I save all those little cups because they make great holders for stuff like we're about to do. And get the brush down in there and kind of swab it around. And then we're going to just do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call, Courtney. And, of course, now would be the perfect time for the camera to go out of sync like it likes to do. I'll fix that for you, Courtney, so you can see the fruits of our labor. I will stop cam and then restart it. Nope. I will stop cam and reseat it. Give me just a second, Courtney. And let's see if we can get that going back again. There we go. Yep, there we go. And I got to be real careful because I still got some of that red on my thumb. I don't want to smear everywhere. So I'm going to pick up real delicate like and bring it close to the camera so you can see the red splatter work on the page. Good call. And hey, welcome to the chat, Clinton. It's good to see you. This is exactly modeled off of Pat Sampson, my co-host on the Longbox Crusade Network. And I want a couple more bigger dots, so I'm going to take what's left in here. Yes, and I know the camera's being bad again, and I'm going to just do that. And then the camera should still be okay if I come close. Looky there. Hannibal Lectre on a page from the book Hannibal. That took about 40 minutes. There's the book. There's the drawing. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Book page sketch of Hannibal Lectre on a page from the book Hannibal. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Clinton. Everybody else who popped in and out. Thank you, Courtney. And once again, I'm Jarrod Alberich, the yard sale artist, known as Death Probe here on the Longbox Crusade Network. I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to the Longbox Crusade channel. We're always doing something fun. I do a lot of art videos here, and then me and the fellas get together here. Sometimes we do live podcasting events. Sometimes we just get together and hang out on one Sunday a month and play fun games, and it's a great place to be. So please do give a like and subscribe to the Longbox Crusade. Encourage you to do that for your podcasting needs as well. Hit your podcast catcher, look up Longbox Crusade and find all the fun shows that we do there. Once again, you've been listening to the sounds of Joe November. And oh, hey, GLHG in the house. You got here at the end. Yeah, I'm doing the close-up rap. Speaking of rap, we're listening to the sweet jams of Joe November. You can check out his SoundCloud. Just go to SoundCloud and search Joe November, spelled just like Joe and the word November. And you too can be listening to these awesome, awesome jams that Joe does. I still appreciate you stopping by, GLHG, Courtney, Clinton, all you guys. For a quick book page sketch, we did about 40 minutes. And we have Sir Anthony Hopkins as he plays Hannibal Lecter on a book page from Hannibal by Thomas Harris that I rescued from a trash bin. Now that's it. I'm sure I'll be back within tomorrow or the next day or two. Like I said, I like to do a book page sketch every day, if possible. So I try to live stream them too. That kind of keeps me on point, keeps me going. I appreciate those of you who join the chat and say, hey, stop by. That really helps keep me going as well. So thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for your support. You can always check out theyardsaleartist.com where I make wares available. Thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon.